Live advice from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's right, I'm still using The Rock. I've noticed that in movies recently you've been titling yourself as Dwayne Johnson. Sorry, you put that in for the rest of your life. In captions, The Rock. Okay? You don't get to have your full name back. That was the price that you paid for being in WWF and coming up with arguably the best catchphrase of all time after what you talking about, Willis. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. And for all those people that are saying, he's this generation's Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, he's not. He doesn't have a hilarious voice. But what he does have is some excellent tips about life and success. And by some, I mean one. He might have more. But the thing is, I heard him say the other day, something that's been ringing in my ears ever since, which is, always be the hardest person. It's not his voice. You know what he sounds like. But I'm still going to use that, hey, I'm walking in, New York accent to describe him. Always be the hardest working person in the room. Can you imagine him in The Godfather remake as Marlon Brando's character? I'm that good. Well, he's the highest paid actor, so he must be the best one. He, I think, has encapsulated something beautifully that I've been trying to say over and over again on this self-help channel, and people go, you just keep saying the same thing over and over again. Why do you keep watching, cunt? That's on you, bruh. But also, on top of that, these things need to be repeated over and over in your head, because basically what you are is a dog. Just like me, we all are. Especially people in prison, because that's 50% of their vocabulary apparently is calling each other, you fucking dog! But they're kind of right. In that, how you train a dog is just by repeating something over and over again and beating them until they do it correct. I know that there's all these new found breeders here that say that you could do it without the beating, but I don't know, the Russians seem to get pretty good results out of dogs. And I can imagine that all they do is go, the trick is to hit them 10 times for every time you say one thing, yes? With Dwayne The Rock Johnson, though, it's a really good piece of advice and it's really well summed up. And you will notice it when you're around other people. And if you are ever in a position where you go, fuck, you work pretty hard, eh? You aren't working hard enough. And if you give that person enough time, maybe 5 years, they will be good. It's kind of like what's better than you. Sorry, not they will be good, then you will be bad. I mean, I want you to be beaten, but I don't want you to have bad self-esteem. But, so a really good example of this is, if you're in a group of friends and they're always sitting there going, dude, you work too hard, man, you're a nerd, you just really need to relax and play some video games. No, don't listen to them. Listen to me. The guy that makes as much as superintendents do in state school systems. You should be constantly doing something that is moving you towards your goals, as I've said 1,000 times before. And that basically means that while you're seeing, you will see this, if you've got some housemates, if you just hang around a bunch of other people, you will see that the people that are getting worse results than you are the people that are doing less. It is as simple as that. There's all these people saying, don't work harder, work smarter. Well, being smart is, that's a bit of it. That is a bit of it, yeah. You can reduce your work, but at the beginning, if you don't have anything, first of all, you have to work really hard to get to a position where you can delegate positions out to other people and throw peanuts at them. Which is a really nice feeling of going, how about you just film me and I'll give you 120, bye-bye 20, no 20 for you if you don't do it. And then all your little desperate weed addict friends just being like, please, I'm on that stick. And they do it for you, right? I think some of them do watch this, and to those people I retract nothing. Do you want the 20 or not? But the thing is that I noticed it the other day when I was with my girlfriend, and because she's Asian, she obviously works way harder than I do. Now, she gets better results in life. Is it because she's smarter? Maybe. But there's a lot of intelligent people in the world that are extremely broke. I was listening to some audiobook, can't remember which one it was, but they were basically saying that the smartest man in the world has the same lifestyle as me, bros. Are you jealous? It's me. But look, he lives in a cabin in the woods and he just chops wood all day and he's worth less than a school teacher is. He makes less than that person. He's the smartest man on earth. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It's about applying that intelligence. In fact, they were saying that it's a handicap after about 120 IQ points, because then you just can't relate to anyone. So, if you want to go far in life, it just basically boils down to this. Work ethic. How much are you working? How much did you actually do this week? This is your homework. I want you to write down every single moment of this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What are the other two? Oh, quiz. Surprise quiz. Is Fun Day a name? Make that Monday. That can be your cheat day. Not for this exercise, though. For the rest of your life after this exercise. You write down those days, and you write down the activities that you accomplish on each of those days. Because we want to keep re-putting this into your head over and over again. You fucking dog. That you need to keep working. And you do and should beat yourself up when you just laze around. There is a difference between recharging, which is perfectly fine. There's a reason that presidents go away to Camp David so much. It's probably because there's an alien there that they hang around with, but also it's because they get to relax there. And you can be doing the same thing with that, but you should be delegating out the times that you will relax. In fact, that is a really good way to make sure that you actually do get more work done if you put out that, I get my little doggy treat at the end of this. I get to play video games after I do this task. But the thing is that you should be at least looking around at everybody else that is in your current social circle. And you should be the hardest working person in it. And what eventually starts to happen is that it's kind of slack to say this, but it's true. And, you know, just the filth, is this the nicest way I could possibly put it? The filth starts going to the bottom and you start rising up. Fair? It is, but it's tough. But what starts to happen is that because you are working harder than these people, they go, fuck, this person's making me look bad. Well, fuck him, I'm not going to hang out with him anymore. And then you move into another group of friends who are just like, we work slightly harder than those old people, but we also waste our Sundays knocking on people's doors saying, have you heard about Jehovah's Witness? It makes no sense at all. Here's a pamphlet explaining the illogicalities of it. And then after that, they just go, oh my God, he doesn't waste his Sundays doing things that mean absolutely nothing. And then you move up to a next strata of people that work even harder. And what you should be doing consistently is looking at those people and thinking, how can I get to that level? I'm really grateful that I started dating my nerd of a girlfriend who did Sydney University, worked in really high-paying corporate jobs, so obviously it was just like, okay, so how about you get up at 6 a.m. and you work until 2 a.m. and then you get a free cab ride back, that's a bonus, but is 4 hours sleep enough? And then I started looking at that with my YouTube channel thinking, you know, if I was just hanging around other YouTubers, I go, oh my God, I've done some jump cuts today. I worked so hard. But then I was looking at her going, Jesus, this woman works 20 hours a day. What am I complaining about? Going, I'm on my ass for 12 hours. That's another 8 hours a day that I could just do whatever I want. Be like, so your aim is to move towards people that are workaholics, essentially. I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is bang on this one. And he's also bang on about his, if you smell what The Rock is cooking catchphrase. I do smell what he's cooking. Anyway, the point is, you should work hard. I just had this bloke, do I smell what he's cooking? I had an existential crisis. This channel, deep. Yeah, do that. Write down what you did on each of those days, and then really honestly look at it and think, was that enough? Could I be working harder? See you next week. Go team.